There's probably been a time when you saw GNOME or KDE and thought, you know what, this overview that GNOME or KDE offers is actually pretty nice and I like it on Hyprland as well. Well, don't you worry because that is exactly what I will be showing you how you can install and configure in this video. Let's say I open niche in one workspace and then I have C matrix here, and then let's say I go to fourth workspace, open something like an aquarium, ta-da. So I do that, and now what happens if I press this overview key is it's going to give me an overview of all the workspaces that I have. Of course, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's how this works. Now, to actually get started with this, first thing that you're going to have to do is click on Hyprland Plugins. You want to go to this GitHub repo and then basically use hyperpm add and then add this URL. Once you do that, you have to update, run hyperpm update. Okay, they have probably one more instruction that you're going to have to do in order to get this up and running. But once you have hyperpm and this repo set up and running, what you want to do is type hyperpm list so you can just see the names of each of the plugins that you can enable. Okay, once you do that, type in hyperpm enable HyprExpo. Type that in, HyprExpo, enter your password, and what's going to happen is HyprExpo is going to be enabled, but you're not going to be able to get this functionality just yet. Okay, overview is still a little bit out of reach. Now let me tell you why. Because the key binding is not bound by default. So this is a preview that you see over here, same thing. Before we actually get to configuring, you're going to have to set the bind. So let's just open config, config hyper modules binds.conf. Oh, and by the way, if you want to know what this modules folder is all about, you can just go ahead and click the first link in the description. I explain exactly what this is in so much more detail. And basically, in a gist, it's just splitting one file into multiple files. That's something I call modularity, and if you want to know that, along with how to make a custom theme switcher like this one, basically you have a list of different themes that you've configured, and whenever you want, you can just switch between the different themes to basically unlock a different vibe and feel from your computer. Let's say I have my terminal open here, and then I have my file manager open here, and then after that, let's say I have VS Codium. Typical dev setup, right? You've got a terminal, file manager, and then a code editor. Now, let's say I wanted to switch the theme and then basically have everything adapt. Let's say I got tired of looking at Grapbox. I could pick a different theme like Nord Darker, okay, have everything adapt from my logout menu to my Overwatch panel, including this brightness pop-up and volume pop-up, and basically a hell of a lot more. And making something like this, you can do it on your own. That's exactly how I made this, but it takes way too long and there are so many chances of breaking a system and getting into basically what's known as reinstallation hell. So unless you actually want to go there, if you want a step-by-step list of basically instructions of do this, click this button, type this command, and here's how you can actually learn how to do this. So if you want to know that, you can just go ahead, click the first link in the description, and I will be able to help you out with that. Okay, now let's go back here and let's see what binds we have. So if I look for G, it should actually be HyprExpo. Come on. Here it is. So I've bound it to Q. Okay, this actually should say HyprExpo and not Qt settings. HyprExpo. Now here, main mod Q is just going to toggle this overview. That's it. That's all it's going to do. So you have to add that inside of your Hyprland config file, and then once that's done, you should be able to basically just press the button and then have this sort of UI show. Once you're done with that, what you want to do is go over to your Hyprland config again and just split it, right? So it's going to be in plugins, and here I have already written this config file for HyprExpo. So I'll just run through this really quick because there's not really that much. We have like 7 properties to cover, so we'll just get it done. Columns, this is basically the number of columns. So if you can change it to 2, and it's only going to show you 2 times 2, which is, what's that going to be? 4. Yeah, it's only going to show you 4 desktops. Let's say you wanted to change the gap size from 10 to something like 15. This is basically the gap between each desktop that you see. Let's say you wanted no gap whatsoever. Okay, and this is what you would get if you had absolutely no gap. Then BG color, pretty simple. It's just the background color. Okay, I've set that to BG0. This is basically in step with the custom theme switcher you see over here. I can also pick something like Tokyo Night and just watch how the color changes. This is somewhat of a different color. Now, if I actually open HyprPicker, it's going to be a bit buggy, but this is what you see, right? This color is a bit different. Now, again, let's choose an even more different color, something like Kanagawa, so you can see this even clearer. Yes, this is not exactly black, it's BG0, whatever the hex code for that is. But yeah, that's how BG color works inside of this config. Then we have workspace method. Now this one actually takes a little bit of tweaking and tinkering so you can figure out how this works for yourself. But by default, what this is going to be is center current, okay? Now you can, for the first little argument over here, okay, you can have either center or first. So what this is going to do is basically center, make the current workspace in the center, or basically push it to first. So if I say first, okay, before I actually show you how this works, okay, let's press super Q, and this is what you see. Let's go back to 3. Okay, now center current. So basically whatever workspace I'm currently on is going to be centered, as you can see here. However, if I turn this to first current, basically the position of the current workspace is going to be number 1 over here. And that is what you see. If I choose the first workspace and then open, it's going to be in first, obviously. If I choose the second workspace and open it, it's going to still show as workspace 1. If I go here, it's 3, here it's 4, here it's actually 5, but it keeps changing, right? If I reload, yep. That's what that does. Now, if I open, let's say in workspace 4, a window, what happens is this workspace is made to be the first. And if I want to go back, I necessarily can't. I'll just have to switch to a different workspace using my keyboard keybindings. That's it. And then let's say you wanted to keep the first workspace always first. You could do that. Now I could go to workspace 4, and then the first workspace would still be first. Let's say I open a window here. That's what you see. First workspace still first. I can shift this to 9. What do you see? First workspace still first. Now this is probably the config that's most similar to KDE or GNOME, where basically the first workspace always remains first, and then you don't have to see any of the other workspaces / windows or whatever. This is what you're most probably used to if you're using desktops like these on Windows or Mac or even the other desktop environments I mentioned earlier. So you can just set these settings and then be good. Then gesture distance. This one is pretty simple as well. This is basically how far the max is for the gesture. Now, if you're using a trackpad, you'll only have to worry about this. Otherwise, if you're using a mouse, you just can delete this. Now, it's a number, right? So you're going to have to play around with it, see just how far or near you can take this number and play around with it. Skip empty is a boolean which basically dictates whether empty workspaces are displayed or not. Okay, now if I just show you this really quick, paste it here. Okay, type in true. It's not going to show empty workspaces. Let's say I have 4 here. As you see, third workspace doesn't show anything unless I'm actually on that workspace. Let's say I go to the fourth workspace, it doesn't show anything. Now, sometimes it's a bit bugged, okay, as is to be expected. This plugin is not exactly as worked on as the main Hyprland itself, so you can expect a couple of bugs here and there, but skip empty, what this is going to do is basically just skip every single empty workspace. And then basically, if you have workspaces, windows inside of workspaces 1, 2, and 4, okay, they'll just be chained together as here. Let's say the fourth workspace's window is just going to display over here. That's what's going to happen. And let's see, is there anything else? Nope, that's pretty much it. This is basically for the gesture. If you use a trackpad, pretty simple. You just have to use gestures. I've made a video on it in the past, so if you want, you can go check that out. But yeah, that is it. That is how you can create overviews using HyprExpo. And if you want to know how to make a custom theme switcher like this one, along with a waybar theme switcher, this one I actually forgot to show you, but this is what that looks like, okay? If you want to know how to make something like this, go ahead, click the first link in the description, and I will be honored to help you out. If you liked the video, hit like. If you loved it and want to see more like this in your feed, hit subscribe, and I will see you next time. Stay rising.